Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tanya 23 Experience Podcast. Tonight, we are on episode 2 of Serqet's Urban Uprising, Afrikan Alchemy. Before we get started, let me give the newcomers a little summary of what Serqet's all about and what this journey is all about. It's very important, little do you all know. Amidst the concrete jungle of New York City, Serqet's Urban Uprising, Alchemy Asphalt, unfolds a tale of ancient power in modern times. Serqet, an age-old goddess disguised in the corporate world, begins her mission against oppression with the magic at her fingertips. Guided by the wisdom of her scorpion protector, she navigates corporate deceit and personal betrayals. Yes, we never forget the personal betrayals. Each episode delves deep into her mystical battles, offering a blend of urban challenges and magical solutions. This podcast isn't just about the spells Serqet casts, but the spells she casts through her listeners. Join us in New York City's shadowed corners where magic meets the mundane. And in a few moments, grab your condiments, your wine, your water, your green juice, whatever you have, grab some as I take a sip before we begin this journey. Yes, in the next few moments, you shall witness Serqet in her glory, fighting evil wherever it is. Yes, she is here to save the fate of the earth. The great grand holy goddess is back, and she's not playing no games with evil. As you can see, her scorpion portal, and she has her many facets of weapons, just like you see some of the other goddesses that have 10 arms, a weapon in each one. But Serqet is the original. Yes, the goddess of 10,000 names is here, back in the flesh. Get ready. Get ready. I stepped out of JFK Airport, the sun greeting me as if welcoming an old friend. Excuse me. While the New York City skyline was a sight to behold, The landscape of Africa was a call to my ancient soul. The energy here was different, ancient, pure, and awaiting my touch. The humanitarian agency had sent me to oversee a project, a guise for their own motives, but I saw through their intentions, and more importantly, I felt the pull of the land, the ancestors, and the spirits that resonated with my very being. On that day of the project, I was introduced to a local guide named Kwame. He had deep set eyes that seemed to recognize me, or rather, the force within me. During a village visit, I encountered a group of women singing a hauntingly familiar tune. It was an old chant, one that my mother had once sung to me, connecting me to the very roots of my magic. Kwame, seeing my interest, whispered, "They sing of the ancient ones, the guardians of the lands." As night fell, the village elders invited me to join the ceremony. They saw more than just a worker from a humanitarian agency. They saw Serqet. Around a roaring fire, stories of old were exchanged, tales of powerful women, mystical creatures, and the dance of between light and shadow. I felt my powers intensifying, pulsating with the rhythms of the drums and the chants. But amidst the stories, a cautionary tale emerged. An old sorcerer, once banished, was said to be returning, aiming to claim the land's magic for himself. The scorpion on my head chittered at the very sight, at the very thought. Sensing the urgency of this newfound mission, Kwame, with a knowing look, said, "The ancestors have awaited your return, Serqet. It's time." As dawn approached, I knew this was no ordinary assignment. Africa wasn't just a step in my journey, it was a leap into my destiny. In the distance, a dark cloud began to form, signaling the return of the banished sorcerer. My mission was clear: protect the magic, protect the land, and protect the people. New York was where my uprising began, but Africa was where the real battle would take place. I was ready with ancient spells on my lips and the heart of a warrior within. Stay tuned as the next quest continues, intertwining her destiny with the land of her ancestors. The battle between ancient powers is about to begin. Africa's early morning sun painted a golden hue on everything. Remember, join us for the next episode. You don't want to miss what's going to happen next, because Serqet is always ready for the unthinkable. And in this land and part of Africa, the unthinkable is happening over and over again. Will Serqet and her unyielding power be able to stop the sorcerer? The evil sorcerer. Because the real ones use their magic for good. And before I leave, Serqet leaves with her oath. I stand in the beautiful tent and work my magic there, my scorpions at my heels. Beware ye the unjust, for death shadows you, and may come swiftly with my stinging touch, or it may slow with a lingering venom under the noonday sun. But ye who are just, fear not your death. My breath brings life anew, should it be so deserved, and your afterlife is bright. To all mortals and gods and goddesses alike, I say, my protection lasts through life, into death and beyond. Know my creatures, know my hand, fill me throughout the desert sand. I am Serqet.